Greetings from MWN.com. Dr.M.Wilson, formerly Vice Principal and Head of Department of Commerce, Scott Christian College, Nagercoil is delighted in presenting this session. Thank you. Please subscribe the channel MWN.com. Leadership. Leadership is the ability of an individual or a group of people to influence and guide followers or members of an organization, society or team. Quality of leadership. 1. Motivating others. A good leader can motivate people to work towards a common goal. 2. Listening. A good leader is willing to listen to others. 3. Being trustworthy. A good leader is trustworthy and has integrity. 4. Being competent. A good leader has the skills and knowledge to do the job. 5. Being decisive. A good leader is able to make decisions. 6. Communicating well. A good leader has good communication skills. 7. Understanding the goals. A good leader understands the goals of the team or organization. Leadership styles. Leadership styles refer to the behavioral approach employed by leaders to influence, motivate, and direct their followers. It determines how leaders implement plans and strategies to accomplish given objectives. It is also concerned with accounting to stakeholder expectations. The important leadership styles are as follows. 1. Democratic leadership. In this style, a leader makes decisions based on the input received from team members. It is a collaborative and consultative leadership style. Each team member has an opportunity to contribute to the direction of ongoing projects. However, the leader holds the final responsibility to make the decision. This is a popular style since it gives equally importance to lower-level employees in the decision-making process. It utilizes the skills and experiences of team members in carrying out tasks. The democratic leadership style encourages creativity and engagement of team members. Hence, it leads to high job satisfaction and high productivity. The demerit of this style is that establishing a consensus among team members can be time-consuming and costly. This method is not suitable when decisions need to be taken in fast. 2. Autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership is opposite of democratic leadership. In this style, the leader makes all decisions on behalf of the team. The leader is not taking any input or suggestions from the subordinates. There is no consultation with employees before a decision is made. The leader holds all authority and responsibility. They have absolute power and dictate all tasks to be undertaken. In autocratic leadership, the leader can unilaterally increase in working hours or a change in other working conditions unfavorable to employees. It can lead to persistent absenteeism and high employee turnover. This leadership can be an effective approach in cases where the leader is experienced and knowledgeable. 3. Laissez-faire leadership. The term, laissez-faire, comes from the French phrase, laissez-faire, which translates to, allow to do. In this leadership, leaders give their employees a lot of freedom to make decisions and work independently. Laissez-faire leadership can be beneficial for creative and innovative industries like advertising, technology, and entertainment. This style is more suitable when the team is made up of highly skilled, self-motivated, and driven employees. Characteristics of laissez-faire leadership. A. Hands-off. Leaders provide resources and support, but they don't directly influence their employees' day-to-day work. B. Delegation. Leaders delegate tasks and encourage employees to set their own deadlines. C. Safety net. Leaders are available to offer guidance and support when needed. D. Accountability. Leaders are held accountable for the team's success and failures, while team members are responsible for their own work. 4. Transformational leadership. In this leadership style, the leader works with their team to identify and address change, and inspire positive change in both the individuals and the organization. Characteristics of transformational leadership. A. Vision. They have a strong vision and communicate it to their team. B. Open-mindedness. They are open to new ideas and value the contributions of others. C. Charisma. They are charismatic and inspire their teams. D. Trust. They are trusting of their team. E. Modesty. They are modest and recognize their own failings. F. Intellectual stimulation. They encourage followers to think independently and challenge assumptions. G. Role model. They act as a role model for their employees to emulate. 5. Transactional leadership. It focuses on exchanges between leaders and their subordinates. It is based on the idea that people need structure and instruction to perform well. Transactional leadership can be useful in industries like retail, sales, and food service. Some concerns use a reward and punishment system to motivate employees. In education, transactional leadership can be seen in grading scales and attendance policies. The disadvantages of transactional leadership are discouragement of innovation and creativity, lack of focus on building relationships, discouraging independent thinking, lacks long-term goals, and inflexible. Characteristics of transactional leadership. A. Rewards and punishments. Transactional leaders use rewards and punishments to motivate employees to perform well. B. Focus on results. They often focused on results, and may have little interest in personal relationships. C. Maintaining the status quo. They often prioritize maintaining the status quo, rather than challenging it. D. Structure. They believe that employees need structure, instruction, and monitoring to perform well. E. Short-term focus. They can be effective for achieving short-term goals quickly. 6. Bureaucratic leadership. This style is characterized by a hierarchical structure and a clear chain of command. It is based on Max Weber's theory of bureaucracy. It describes a formal organizational system with a defined level of hierarchy. Bureaucratic leadership is often used in industries like finance, healthcare, and aviation, which are subject to strict regulatory requirements. Characteristics of bureaucratic leadership. A. Hierarchy. It has a clear chain of command. It clearly defined roles and expectations for each level of authority. B. Division of labor. It means that the most appropriate person is put in a specific position. C. Formal selection. In this method, employees are hired, fired, and promoted based on their experience, performance, and adherence to regulations. D. Top-down approach. In this style, decisions are made by following established guidelines and policies, without involving employee participation. 7. Servant leadership. Servant leadership involves a leader being a servant to the team first before being a leader. A servant leader shares power, puts the needs of the employees first. He helps people develop and perform as highly as possible. Instead of the people working to serve the leader exists to serve the people. It creates a positive organizational culture and high morale among team members. It also creates an ethical environment characterized by strong values and ideals. Other leadership styles. 1. Coach-style leadership. Coach-style leadership involves identifying and nurturing individual strengths. It formulates strategies for the team to blend and work well together, cohesively and successfully. 2. Charismatic leadership. This style employs charisma to motivate and inspire followers. Leaders use eloquent communication skills to unite a team towards a shared vision. 3. Strategic leadership. This leadership leads the company's main operations and coordinates its growth opportunities. The leader can support multiple employee layers at the same time. Approaches to leadership. 1. Transformational. This style emphasizes a leader's impact on their team's development, and can be visionary and motivating. 2. Autocratic. Autocratic style is direct and decisive, but can stifle creativity. It can be beneficial in situations like disasters or on the battlefield, where a clear chain of command and quick decisions are needed. 3. Situational. Situational style involves adapting the leadership style according to the situation. 4. Transactional. This style uses rewards and punishments to motivate and direct followers. It emphasizes structure, organization, and performance. 5. Coaching. Coaching style is characterized by collaboration, support, and guidance. It focuses on helping the team achieve their goals. 6. Bureaucratic. This style is common in large organizations, where the goal is to avoid favoritism and bias. It can be especially important in government organizations. 7. Behavioral. Behavioral style evaluates leaders based on their actions in the workplace. Power and politics. Organizational power. It is about who has influence or control in a group setting. It determines who makes important decisions. An example of this is that a manager has the power to set rules, hire employees, or decide on budgets. Power is not just about formal positions. It can also come from unique skills, knowledge, or relationships. Organizational politics. Organizational politics involve the tactics that people use to gain power or advantage in a group. Example for organizational politics is that campaigns for the president of a college or a club, etc. Politics in an organization can influence who gets what, when, and how. Differences between power and politics. The important differences between power and politics are as follows. 1. Definition. Power in an organization is about who has control or influence within a group. It determines who gets to make significant decisions and implement actions. Politics refers to the tactics and strategies people use to gain an advantage or exert influence within an organization. 2. Source. Power can come from formal authority, personal traits, or relationships. Politics usually arise from individual or group actions and tactics designed to attain or maintain power. 3. Nature. Power can exist independently of politics. For example, a professor inherently has power over students due to their role. Politics always relates to the concept of power. It involves the active pursuit or use of power. 4. Implications. Power dynamics helps one comprehend about the decision-making processes. Political strategies and maneuvers equips one to navigate and influence one's environment more effectively.